Hey everyone, it's Fatty Nakla here, your Toronto real estate expert. Big news just dropped today that could be a real game changer for first-time home buyers across Canada, especially here in Toronto, where affordability has been a huge challenge, even now after prices have already dropped quite a bit since the peak of the market a few years ago. The federal government just announced a new GST rebate program for first-time homebuyers that could save you up to $50,000 on a brand new home, so let me break it down for you. As of May 27th, 2025, the government is introducing the first-time homebuyers GST rebate. This applies specifically to newly constructed homes, so think pre-construction condos, new builds, or custom homes that you're building on your own land. If you qualify, you could be looking at a 100% rebate on the GST portion of the tax for homes priced up to $1 million. For homes between $1 million and $1.5 million, the rebate gradually phases out. So if you're buying a home priced at $1.25 million, you'd get about 50% of the GST back, or roughly $25,000. At $1.5 million or more, the rebate doesn't apply at all. So who qualifies? This is only for first-time home buyers. You need to be at least 18 years old, a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, and you can't have owned a home or lived in a home owned by your spouse or partner in the last 4 years. You also need to be buying the home as your primary residence and be the first person to actually live in it. This isn't for investment properties or rental income. It's for people looking to move in and call those properties home. This rebate covers three main scenarios. Number one, if you buy a new home directly from a builder. Number two, if you build your own home or hire someone to build it for you on land you own. And then number three, if you buy into a housing co-op and get shares that give you the right to occupy a unit. Now, we don't see co-ops much anymore, so in practice, this will mostly apply to the first two scenarios. But regardless, the rules are the same. It has to be your first home, it must be your primary residence, and you need to be the first person living there. Let's take a quick look at how this compares to the current system so you can really see how the numbers have changed. Right now in Ontario, when you buy a new home, you're paying 13% HST. That's a combination of 5% federal GST and 8% provincial PST. There's already an HST rebate in place, and the builder usually applies for that on your behalf if you meet all the criteria. That rebate caps at around $24,000 on the provincial portion. There is also a federal GST rebate, but up until now, it only applied to homes under $350,000, which, let's be honest, basically doesn't exist anymore, at least not in the GTA. So for most buyers, that GST rebate has been effectively zero for many, many years. Now, with this new program, if you're a first-time home buyer, you'll now be able to get the full 5% GST back if your home is priced under $1 million and about 2.5% if it's between $1 million and $1.5 million. That's a real shift. So let's run through an example to see what this actually looks like. Let's say you're buying a $700,000 pre-construction condo. 5% GST would be $35,000. 8% PST would be about $56,000. So the total tax would be $91,000. Under the current system, you'd get a $24,000 provincial rebate and the remaining $67,000 in HST, which would be the remaining PST, and then the full GST would be baked into the purchase price. With the new rebate, as a first-time buyer, you'd now also get the full $35,000 GST back. That's a massive savings, over a third of the tax gone. Now let's look at a $900,000 condo. 5% GST would be about $45,000. 8% PST would be $72,000. So the total tax would be $117,000. Under the current system, you'd get up to $24,000 back as a provincial HST rebate. And again, the rest, including all the GST, is baked into your purchase price. With the new rebate, if you're a first-time homebuyer, you'd get the entire $45,000 GST back. That's a massive difference and real money back in your pocket, something you don't get at all right now at that price point. Now, let's talk about timing because this part really matters. To qualify, the agreement of purchase and sale must be signed on or after May 27th, 2025. Construction must begin before 2031, and the home needs to be substantially completed before 2036. If you signed a purchase agreement before today, before May 27th, 2025, you unfortunately don't qualify, even if the home hasn't been built yet and is due to close sometime in the future. Now, this may change. There's already a lot of pushback on this part of the policy, especially because Mark Carney mentioned this program was coming all the way back in March, and a lot of buyers made decisions expecting it. So we'll see if that gets revised, but for now, that's the rule. Also, if you're buying through an assignment sale, which is when someone sells their pre-construction unit before closing, so someone else is essentially buying the contract from the original buyer, the original agreement must also be dated after May 27th, 2025. And just a heads up, if you think you can cancel and then re-sign your agreement to qualify, I definitely would not do this. They have discussed and are putting anti-avoidance rules in place to prevent that. And one last thing, you can only claim this rebate once in your lifetime. So if your spouse or common law partner has claimed it, you can't. Now, obviously, this hasn't happened yet since the program just launched, but it's something to keep in mind for the future. This is meant to be a one-time benefit to help genuine first-time buyers get into the market. So what does this mean for buyers in Toronto? Honestly, I think it's a big deal. For anyone looking at pre-construction condos or new homes that are priced near that $1 million range, this rebate could seriously move the needle. It gives buyers more breathing room and gives developers another reason to keep building, which is exactly what we need to improve the housing supply. Do I think it's going to fix the market overnight? Probably not, but it's definitely a step in the right direction, especially when paired with the other first-time buyer programs. And if you're planning to buy in the next couple of years, this could be the perfect opportunity to take advantage of it. If you're wondering how this applies to your situation, or if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in Toronto or in the GTA, reach out. All my contact information is in the description below, and I'm always happy to help. And if you found this helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's maybe thinking about buying their first home. This is one of those updates you really don't want to miss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.